Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned. I still have Honorable Olulade and also Engineer Bala Zaka in the house. And before we went on break, we were still looking at the possibility of reviving the power sector ASAP as soon as possible, because power generation and power, we need power really in this country. Is a key
for industrial development.
And when do you think we're going to be having uninterrupted power? Because I heard that we can reach 10,000. Talking about solar. With solar, we don't have a problem of vandalism. You can tap solar and send it down to the homes just like that. No, can you enlighten me?
When you talk about saboteurs, if you like, go to heaven and get that source of energy. If you have economic, political, and social traitors, saboteurs, and betrayers, you will not succeed. The same street of Lagos we are talking, all those lights you are seeing, they are supposed to be run based on what? Those floodlights. They're supposed to be run
solar.
Solar. How many of them are working? You see, what Honorable
that
said,
comes to maintenance then?
The question, so what we are saying is, you know, whether you go to renewable or the old school, if you go to some parts of the world, trains are still using coal to run. Trains are using coal. Go to Ondo State and see the volume of coal in Ondo State. Okay. Go to the southeast and see the volume of coal to run. If it were not for economic, what we are saying, health reasons, the quantity of coal we have in Nigeria can provide enough energy and run all the trains.
But we've got health problems. Can you reserve your thought, please?
Okay.
Let me quickly introduce our first caller. That's George. Good morning, George.
Hello, good morning, Dapo.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
The exercise of probing that the Senate has embarked upon should not be taken seriously. It will amount to nothing. Did they not probe the missing 20 billion and told us that nothing was missing? How are we to believe them now? By the way, I just see it as a distraction. They have not formed committees. I think it's just a way of the leadership trying to claim a legality that it doesn't have. Let's just set that aside. When the time comes, we will know who stole our money that was meant for power supply.
But George, they said there's a new sheriff in town. Do you think it's going to be the same business as usual, even now that you have Buhari as the president?
The new sheriff in town will look into that sector by himself, and something will come out when that time comes.
Okay, not the Senate doing what they're doing now.
That Senate is doing.
Okay.
They have done it before. Were they not the ones? Don't they have what they call oversight functions? And they approve the budgets that are spent. Why didn't they tell us something was missing at that time? Okay. Many of them who are there now were there at that time. Okay. So I don't believe them.
All right, and I'll get where you're coming from, George.
Engineer Bala.
Okay, briefly, please.
Please. We are told that we have approximately 5,000 megawatts that the country is using now. And everybody seems to have a fair satisfaction of what, of power supply. Some people are having 18 hours, some people are having 20 hours. The 5,000 megawatts that is giving everybody 20 hours supply, when we are told that we need about 40,000, I want you to please answer that question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, George. That's a big question, right?
You see, it's a fantastic and a great question. Yes. You see, as long as, regardless of the quantity you truly deploy into the system to serve Nigerians, right? As long as there is no sabotage, people will see what? You will see the incremental difference, positive incremental difference. That is what we are seeing. If you get to the point of 20,000 megawatts to this 40, you are talking about real industrial revolution for Nigeria. A lot of the people we are talking about that cannot be employed. Just take for instance, every state you go now, they have a mini computer village. If you go to those computer village and you see the creativity of Nigerians in chips and technology, you will be shocked. But as there are many like that, that is how you have generators all over the place.
And that's like a deterrent.
You understand?
Can I quickly take Reverend Dominic from ALIMOSHO? Good morning, Reverend.
Good morning, Dapo. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, Reverend.
Well, Bala, my friend, good morning.
Morning, my Reverend.
Bala, you have made a sensitive, answer to the honorable member at your side there. You have given me a good picture of them. I don't believe this probe. And I want to tell the honorable, let me pay bill any television. We'll have a debate at the end of this probe. What will come out of? I will pay the bill. It will come out worse than what you have seen before. And let me say this. This National Assembly now have been the worst we have since 1999. We have 100 days by today. They have factory days. By their character, they cannot work with Buhari. They are like left and the right. Buhari will find a way to clean the system, but it may be mission impossible. But you believe me, when we have Frank in 1933 in America, who brought the concept of 100 days, what was he doing? What did he do? Sorry? He did not build skyscraper. He went to the National Assembly of America and get 15 bills that turn around America. So a nation was run on laws. But this Mr. President cannot go to this National Assembly. They are not such. So how do we have a new Nigeria where one man is a sheriff as we use the language? Nigeria like to play with English, a new sheriff in town. In democracy, it is all compulsory. In democracy, it's a rule of law. But today, there's no executive bill in this National Assembly. Cannot be such. And Bala, let me say this, please. Let's put this record straight. By 1999, I do not have generator in my personal house. The neighbor, you can see it here and then. It was then I had generator in my church, I had generator in my office. But in my personal house, you can find 5 hours, 6 hours, and today or tomorrow. But if Nigeria is founded in 1999, and we have spent 2.7 trillion, Bala, please answer me. How many megawatts we sold to produce by today?
Okay, thank you very much, Reverend Dominic. You have like 2 in 1. But can you keep that other question? If really Nigeria was created in 1999, if you had spent 2.7, that was the question I was just hammering on then. If you had spent 2.7 trillion naira, what would we have gotten, talking about megawatts? But let me quickly go to Honorable and say, because the first caller, the second caller was saying that, because that was the question I asked you again. Are these lawmakers not playing to the gallery? Because I said a new sheriff in town, and the first caller, George, was saying it will leave this probe to even the sheriff himself. Let him take good care of it. But what these guys are doing is just playing around the bush. Or
you see, we cannot say, at times we are concerned about the messenger and leave the message. There is a message that has been passed across by this National Assembly. I know a lot of us are not happy with the National Assembly, but we should not always bring in emotions when we have to deal with matters of national importance as we have today. The new sheriff, our home General Buhari, cannot do it alone. This is a democracy. It needs the National Assembly to work with.
So they should give the National Assembly chance,
we should. The problem we have always been having, even when the National Assembly have done their job and they submitted the report, what happened after the report? So that is the execution. That's the executive. The executive should also take up the responsibility of taking over from wherever. If there is a revelation, is now coming open. People are listening. People are watching. We can now know that somebody have been alleged to have stolen X amount of money. If that is the point, then somebody who is now that we can rely on, that we all can trust.
And he will take it from there.
He will take it from there.
Can I quickly take ADEWALE? I'm very, very sorry how to hold you on. You call it from IKORODU. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
What I just observed in Nigeria is that the masses, they are so comfort with whatever decision being made by the leader. Because it is only in Nigeria you will see the customer buying material for producer. Look at electricity. Any new site, any new area, it is the masses that will contribute money to buy pole, to buy transformer. Yet, therefore, of all these things, government will spend 2.7 trillion naira. This money should have even been given used copper for a whole year so that they can get it's too much to spend on our country. And another thing again is that most of our politicians, they are full-time jobbers. Ask somebody now, what occupation? I'm a politician. Is a politician occupation? So anytime they don't have money in their pocket, they will not just sit down and formulate how to get money out. Okay. Yesterday on internet, I was reading when they interviewed President Buhari, he told them that either they make the right work or they should refund the profit they are making back.
Okay, Adewale, I have to let you go. Thank you very much. You've made your points. Nigerians are too. Those are maybe it's the problem that we have it. And Bala, I'll put the question to you that Reverend Dominic asked: if Nigeria was created in 1999 and we had spent 2.7 trillion naira, that's a whole lot of money. Well, what do you think our electricity will be talking about today?
Really, based on what we have expended, we are not on the path of positive economic progress.
So we should have hit like 10,000 megawatts.
Whatever the figure will be, we are not supposed to be where we are today. And you see, there is something people need to get clear, generally. A new sheriff is in town, a new sheriff is... Buhari is one man, one head, and probably one way of thinking.
So needs,
no matter how visionary a leader is, if he doesn't have supportive lieutenants, he will not succeed. Look at the time it took the National Assembly, you know, basking in the euphoria, I'm sorry to use this word, of legislative lawlessness.
I know.
Till today, they are trying to get there. At the rate Buhari wanted to hit the road, you can imagine if these people have had their own philosophies too, of permeating the Nigerian society to clean up things.
Do you think the executive and the legislative arm are on the right track now?
They are coming out of the political woods, right, to be on the track. But the amount of time that was spent on the legislative side, honestly, is pardonable, but it wasn't too good.
Yes, I do understand. YAQUB from DOPEMU. Good morning, YAQUB.
Hello, Dapo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
And then good morning to the two wives in the studio. Therefore, let me begin by saying that this is the time Nigerian masses, we need to keep behind General Muhammadu Buhari, our president, our father of the nation. Why am I saying that? I don't believe in this National Assembly because they were the people probe. You know the time they are carrying money in the cap. Everybody knows the history. What is the essence of that probe up to today? Nobody knew anything. Then, if they continue this kind of a probe, I will now urge Mr. President that he should take it, whether they like it or not, any outcome of that probe, the Mr. President will take it on and then find out what happened, what really go on. Let me quickly say this, Dapo.
Yes.
Last 2 or 3 weeks ago, it's like maybe last month, if I'm correct, they said that they are already scrapped the 5th star, Dapo. What happened today? I still go buy car. They are still charging me that same 5th card. What is going on in this country? We are paying money for something that they are not. What are they? That English I don't seem to understand. The 5th card, they already come to fix my data, which I use my 35,000 naira by instead of 25,000 naira. They fix it, and then they are still charging me 750 naira per month, whether I use the line, even though if I travel for 2 months or 1 year, I will still pay that amount of 750 naira because I'm not around. I switch up my meter, but when I'm coming back in the 1 year, they will not calculate 750. It's my problem. I should not travel because I want to use life. Dapo Aruwajoye, please. This National Assembly should make sure that they make sure these people are not collecting this money. It is a strategy. They are cheating on Nigerian masses to protest. I do
understand what you mean, YAQUB. Let me quickly ask a question. You know, a lot of revelations are coming out during this probe, which hopefully will go a long way at solving the problems. And part of the problems YAQUB is talking about, because you know, Sam Amadi, the NERC boss, was saying that we're going to have an increase in tariff now. One way or the other, there's going to be electricity, but we're going to be paying more for electricity because you know this multi-year tariff for the MYTO. We're going to be paying more and more every year. And again, you know, there's another revelation that half of the population of Nigeria or half of Nigerians do not have a prepaid meter in their house, and they've been collecting all these estimated money as we maybe it depends on the coffee they drink in the morning. Just give these ones
I also want to fault that statistic that says half of Nigerians.
That's what they say.
I want to fault that statistic. I know that it's not even up to a quarter of Nigeria that have prepaid meter.
So like 75%.
Like 75% Nigerians are using they just serve you the meter.
Like I don't have a meter. They just bring anything they like.
They just bring it to you, house. And it's not only that.
Expected to pay.
And it's not only that. If your pole have fault, you have to ensure that you buy a new pole.
Even people buy transformers by themselves.
I know how many transformers we bought, even in my communities, for my constituency.
Can I quickly take a caller from Akuta? I'm very, very sorry. I'll come to you straight. Oh, we lost that call. Can you finish your thought, please?
So we have problem in that sector, no doubt. Everybody, in fact, we do not need any angelic or any prophet to come and tell us that we have problem or that there's some high level of corruption going on in the power sector. We didn't need anybody to tell us that. Everybody knows on the street.
But the other caller was saying that we're too docile. We pay for everything. We rush to pay for. If we don't buy transformers, people will be left in darkness for a long time.
Yes, you see, it's unfortunate what the kind of leadership that we've had. And that is what is really rubbing up, even on the 8th Assembly. Now, in the 8th Assembly, the National Assembly that we are talking about, we have new people that have been injected into it. So we cannot just say what has been happening. We definitely continue that way. We have fresh blood. We have people who are eager. We have people who are committed. Now we have a spirit of patriotism running across the country today. People are getting aware. People are getting more committed. People are getting committed to the issue.
So it can't be business as usual.
It can't be. It can't be.
Can I have Jonathan calling from MAKURDI? Good morning, Jonathan.
Good luck.
Hello.
Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning, Dapo.
Yes. Your contribution, please.
The probe by the Senate is just a distraction to the present government. Hello.
Yes, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Because,
why did you say so?
I said so because what is the business of the Senate in probing the power sector?
But I think that's part of their responsibility, don't you think?
They should focus on their legislative job and leave the ICPCs and the others to do their job. They are just trying to distract you, because most of them in the Senate, they are people who partake in looting these funds. Some of them were governors and the rest in the past government, so they partake in. They should leave the ICPs and the others to do their job and focus on their legislative job. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jonathan. And let me come to you, engineer, because they said the metering system in Nigeria needs a fundamental review. And when I said that Nigerians are going to be paying more, let me try and explain what Sam Amadi was saying then. He was saying that though there's a reduced tariff now, instead of paying 26 Naira per kilowatt, we're paying 23 Naira per kilowatt. But he said, though we're going to be paying lesser, but the bills might go up. Maybe
then it will equilibrate itself and cancel out. Before I answer this question, you see, Honorable, with due respect to you, don't feel bad. Your predecessors have truly shown that they were suffering from moral and economic bankruptcy. As far as the legislative issues were concerned.
The people that were there.
Yes,
before.
that was why I said you are predecessors.
So there might be changes now,
so
because
whether
we have
you like it or not, your set came up also and started on a negative perception based on the interplay of the division people saw at the National Assembly.
Can I quickly take this call?
That negative perception is what is affecting you. Change it.
I will let you continue. Can I quickly take someone from AGBARA? OLATUNBOSUN. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. How is the electricity? How is the power in your area?
AGBARA, they are really trying. It has been improved for the past like 2 months.
That's a good news then.
Yeah, but what I want to say is that I really understand what the engineer is trying to say. But the unemployment will even increase the vandalizing of the facilities. Around there now, I work with a DHS supply chain. They are the one handling universities. But to get employment, you see youth on the street every day by day, hanging around the gate. Some Chinese also will molest the youth, looking for jobs. You know, the girls have turned into another thing else, all in the name of seeking jobs. So the unemployment rate is too much. And one thing I observe is all this contract of a thing is too much in this country. We are just like indirect living in our father's land. It's really baffling us. Where I'm working now, I'm still on that contract for the past 1 year without even having any hope of me getting a confirmed start or whatever.
Okay,
So
thank
it's
you.
not like Babu.
Yeah, I understand. Tubos is like baboon.
Monkey they walk,
monkey they
baboon
walk,
they
baboon they chop. We'll that's something we've talked about. Contract staff and all that once on this program. We'll definitely talk about that all the same some other time though.
So you can see, if we want to really encapsulate and totalize these things, you know, it's planlessness on the side of the government. Even in the early 90s and whatever you are talking about, there was nothing wrong with the hydroelectricity generation or the gas. It was because those Nigerians were not given the chance and were not employed. And that was why we said, even if you go to renewable energy, you are not going to get anything. But sometimes you can make cases for special states or whatever. Like if you look at Lagos,
you know why I said I said renewable? Because some people I'll quickly put this. Because some people will just put their solar panels in their house and they don't even need the national grid. That's why it is there.
It's a lie. You have not gone into the practicalities of these things. They are very expensive. What we said is you can experiment. Like if you look at Lagos now, right? You see the lagoon, you see the ocean. Lagos can try windmill on experimental basis. That is how people do. Then when you go to places where you have enough gas, take advantage of the gas. In areas where you have dams and the rest, take advantage. So if you say we want to, people like him now, they said, okay, we want to make an experimental case for Lagos, right? With these waters we are having, we can have windmills. It's a sensible idea. And look at the issue of people saying there are no meters, there are no meters. When NEPA was unbundled, did you expect that when you just come, you just start collecting monies, just like the way Buhari came in? Does he expect that when he comes, he just starts enjoying himself? You need to carry out a national surgery on the system. So those of you who are now the discos and the gencos, one of the assignments you need to have is to start tracing the main lines and go to all houses. In fact, you can engage Nigerian students on IT to help you go and document so that you know in every locality that you go to now, how many people are having meters or not. I participated in that kind of activity in the 80s. They just went to the universities and engaged us to be tracing. They will teach you how to trace from the pole, how to get to the house, how to identify. And we came up with the statistics of people that didn't have meters. The gencos and the discos can do like that. For that alone, you will scoop a lot of unemployed Nigerians off the street. We know how to bring the Nigerian economy out of the woods.
Okay.
People like Honorable are those who will help us achieve that, because they hold the what? The legislative power.
Honorable Segun, you have a lot of work to do. You need to help us really. And are you going to help the people? Because people just believe, okay, it's said, but it's never done.
Exactly.
The people without the meters now, they said it is mandatory now for the discos. Is it the discos? The discos. Yeah, to get someone or everyone a meter. So how are you going to help in your capacity?
What we can do, you see, is a national issue. Is a national issue. We have little to do at the state level.
But Lagos is like the
commercial hub
of Nigeria.
Is the mini Nigeria. Well, what we are going to do is to continue to ensure that we bring it to the front burners, so that people can continue to understand, and we can even, when there are issues of these things, if we have people who come in to protest, we can to bring a petition to the House, we can always act on that. Like I said earlier, that I was even questioning the 50%, and that is even higher than
those that have meter,
those
like
that
50% of Nigerians
of Nigeria. Because I know that even if you go to your own street, you can hardly see 50% of the people who have prepaid meters. Because they were holding hoarding it. You need to go extra mile, pay some people, pay this, pay that, before you can get it done. And that's the problem we are facing. I think with the new sheriff and with the cooperation of everybody, I know that the legislative arm of government correctly by what people are talking about, we have one way or the other, we have gone beyond the normal standard that should be expected of a legislator. And I think it is high time that we also get the support from the people. Don't throw the baby with the bad water. Okay. Let us accept what we have today. Let us work. Let us always allow the messages to be communicated without necessarily looking at the messenger. Okay. The messenger might be wrong, but what about the message? I
want to say at that juncture, I want to say thank you very much, Honorable Segun Olulade, the ranking member of the Lagos State House of Assembly, and also Bala, Zaka, the energy expert. To make
a small comment.
Very small, 1 second.
Yes, you see, like the myriads of unemployed Nigerians and coppers running the streets, they can be engaged by the discourse and be trained on how to identify houses and localities that don't have these prepaid meters or meters. Government will support them. Because now you want to check NNPC, you want to check railway lines, you want to check tankers. If the discourse also want to engage these Nigerians to do something about houses that don't have prepaid meters, they will be supported.
Thank you very much. I hope they are listening to that. Join us for a fresh edition tomorrow. I am Dapo Aruwajoye. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.